There are these very small mummified looking things that are in Peru that seem to look exactly like a similar kind of thing to a human being, but varies enough that you know it's not us. And it has more ribs, it has more spinal columns, or more discs. This is what they look like. And there's x-rays of them, and that's where it gets really weird. And they're tridactyl, right? So they have 3 fingers and 3 toes.
Yep. And so these were discovered in 2015 in a cave by a guy named Leandro who goes by Mario. And this is one of the headaches about the case is like we don't have good provenance on it. So he is this Huaquero gravedigger guy, and they were found in diatomaceous earth. So there's actually an idea that they might not even be mummies. Diatomaceous earth is a desiccant, and so they were dried out. And a lot of the organs are actually still inside the bodies. And there are 3 different types. There are S types, which are these little winged creatures. There are J types. The J types are they were most popularized in this Mexican Congress where these things were outed in September of 2023, where they look like almost Close Encounters. Jamie, if you scroll down, like you see that Peru's Congress, like right there. Like that thing looks like this like jokey, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like it looks like
totally fake.
It looks totally fake, right? So those are the J types. They're like 25-ish, maybe 25 to 30
but
of
then
those.
There's the ones that they've x-rayed, and that's where it gets really weird.
The weirdest ones that I was talking about, the forensics people kind of evaluating, are these M types. These are like 4 to 5 feet. They look pretty anatomically consistent.
Have you seen them in person?
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was your feeling?
My feeling was, it was this.
Keep those images up, please.
It was, as with a lot of these things, oscillating between, holy shit, this thing is not from here, and then, dude, you have to like chill, and like there's so many other things, there's so many other gates this has to get through for us to actually, verify this stuff.
See if you can go the x-rays, Jamie, find the images from the x-rays. That's one, but there's one that's a little bit better because it's one of the fetal position. It's
Jamie, in my document, actually.
Look at that one.
Okay, there you go. So that one has eggs inside of it.
What?
If you go Montserrat, which
look at its hips.
Yeah.
How weird.
So if you go to Montserrat clip, yeah. So this one's pregnant and has what they are claiming to be a tridactyl fetus inside of it. Yeah.
How many of these do they have?
So they have 8 to 10 of these M types, these kind of most realistic looking ones.
8 to 10?
8 to 10. And then they have 25 to 30 of the J types. So yeah, look at that. That's a 3D reconstruction of the CAT scan.
So they have teeth. That's weird.
They have teeth,
right?
Yeah. They have tendons, they have bones, they have cartilage, they have organs inside. And then so this is where we need to verify stuff. They even have actually.
Could you go back to the part of the video where what's that? Yeah, that part. What the fuck is that, man? That's crazy.
They have osmium and cadmium implants in them, which are rare earth metals that were discovered in the 19th century, too.
If this is art, if someone made this, I need to buy one.
Yeah.
Like, you need to tell me how much this costs. I need to put it on my table because you're a genius. If you've made that and you tricked everybody into thinking that that's real, you're a goddamn genius, and you shouldn't just be hoaxing people.
Well,
so then the alternative is that's real. Well, if that's real, that's completely insane.
Joe, fortunately and fortunately for you maybe, but unfortunately for the case, these Huaqueros, these gravediggers, are selling some of these things on the black market. And this case is the wild, wild west. It is so...
How much? How much could I get one for?
I've heard 7 figures.
7 figures?
I've heard a lot of money.
Jeez Louise.
But
is Peter Thiel buying one of these? Don't say yes. Look at that thing.
It's wild.
That's so crazy.
But there are serious problems. I want to caveat all of this, and I don't want to be overly sensationalist about this. If it's a hoax, it's the best hoax ever. Right. It is the best. My friend Michael Mazzola, who kind of rolled the red carpet down, allowed me to even see these things. He's making a video, or making a documentary on this. That's coming out this August, and it's called "This Is Not a Hoax." I told him to put in parentheses, or this is the most sophisticated hoax ever.
Right.
Because the DNA testing sucks. There's no signal. The signal to noise ratio sucks on the DNA.
How come?
Because there was probably human contamination. Like the NCBI, which is this like biotech repository where you have a lot of this genetic information on two of the bodies, Victoria and Maria. This is all publicly available. They've done analysis on this, and like the camp that is very pro, these being alien, is this guy Jaime Maussan, and he is. I actually think he's awesome. I love him. He's like this former 60 Minutes guy in Mexico, and he's paid a lot of money to protect a lot of these bodies. He's very open about like we just need more scientific research. He wants more eyes on this thing, but some of the genetics, some of the genetics researchers that they're basing this stuff on. I spoke to one of them. This guy's name is Dr. Ricardo Rangel, and he's a biologist. I don't think he's actually a geneticist, and his belief is like he was like. This is, there's 30% of this is like unknown DNA that we don't know. And then in the 70%, you have mitochondrial DNA from Myanmar. And then you have DNA from a parasite in Africa. And you also have bonobos and chimpanzee DNA, which means it was an ancient primate that held this DNA because it was before they phylogenetically split off. So what he's saying, and this is crazy, is he was saying that like a hominid species, an early hominid species, went from Asia to Africa. And because there's some theories that they actually, East Africa is not like the first hominid species. Maybe it was East Asia. So it's already like kind of requiring some leaps of logic or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then had sex with this like primate thing. And you end up with this hybrid. And then another leap of logic is that before Pizarro and all the conquistadors, like there's actually like transmission of, beings from Africa to South America. I don't believe that. It's crazy. It's like saying the pangolin theory is better than the Wuhan lab leak theory, which is just like Occam's razor. That's not real.
Well, we do know that there were other types of hominids that coexisted with human beings.
Denisovans.
Yeah. The Floras people, the Hobbit people. What is the carbon dating on these things?
Carbon dating ranges from 700 years ago, which would actually be Incan. That would be because Incan started in like 1450, mm-hmm. And then all the way down to 1800 years ago, which is the Nazca people.